Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Human-Computer Interaction. Today is lecture number 45, and in today's lecture, we will be concluding the course. In today's lecture, first of all, we will wrap up our discussion about paradigms. And then we will move on to discuss the main features and highlights of this course. And lastly, we will discuss some important issues. So first of all, we were discussing the new emerging paradigms. तो जैसा कि हम पिछले लेक्चर में डिस्कशन कर रहे थे, the most prominent, the most dominant paradigm right now is the desktop computing paradigm. This paradigm consists of a single user and a single computer. इसके अंदर ये अज्यूम किया जाता है कि यूजर एक कीबोर्ड और एक माउस के जरिए से एक डेस्कटॉप कंप्यूटर से इंटरैक्ट करेगा. However, there are other paradigms which are currently under development and which are now emerging. तो पिछले लेक्चर में हमने उसके ऊपर डिस्कशन की थी. The paradigms that we discussed in the last lecture were ubiquitous computing, pervasive computing, wearable computing, tangible bits, augmented reality, and physical virtual integration. Also, attentive environments and transparent computing. So these are some of the new and emerging paradigms. Each of these paradigms suggests that we should interact with computers in a different way than that we are conventionally doing. It's now time to go back and to look at some of the main features and some of the important concepts that we have studied in this course. So first of all, what is ACI? A standard definition of ACI is that it is a discipline concerned with the design, evaluation, and implementation of interactive computing systems for human use and with the study of major phenomena surrounding them. So, two very important key concepts here is that design. In human-computer interaction, we are concerned with the design of computer-based systems and also how to evaluate them. We also look at the implementation aspects and other phenomena surrounding it. Concerning human-computer interaction, there are two very important concepts. So in the diagram that you are seeing, there is a computer and a human is interacting with this computer. Humans interact through interfaces, and one quality, one attribute of an interface is usability. So usability is an attribute of the interface. Better usability means that humans can more easily interact with computers. As a result of this interaction, humans have an experience. This is known as user experience. Usability and the user experience can be described in terms of certain goals. Some usability goals are effectiveness, efficiency, safety, utility, learnability, and memorability. Regarding user experience goals, they can be satisfying, enjoyable, fun, entertaining, helpful, motivating, aesthetically pleasing, supportive to creativity, rewarding, and emotionally fulfilling. The diagram that you are seeing on your screen illustrates the relationship between usability goals and user experience goals. So as this diagram illustrates, generally, usability goals lead to user experience goals. If we can ensure good usability of an interactive device or software application, this will generally lead to a good user experience. Good user experience means users are satisfied, they are productive, and they are happy when they use your software application or interactive device. What is the relationship of usability with software quality? Well, software quality depends upon a number of factors: functionality, reliability, efficiency, and maintainability. We also have portability. And along with these important factors, usability is also another factor which makes up software quality. So if we want to build good software which has good quality, then we need to ensure the usability of such software applications. Without ensuring usability, which leads to a good user experience, we cannot claim that we have built good quality software. During this course, we have also talked about the nature of computers and also the nature of human beings. If we want to build better, more usable computer-based systems, we need to understand the inherent qualities and characteristics of computers and how they differ from human qualities and characteristics. One of the key things that we have discussed in this course is that computers are very poor at communicating. In computers, communication can be precise but still be wrong. During one of our early lectures, we discussed the case where a plane crashed. In this case, the computer on board the plane conveyed correct information. But this information was not the right information from that situation's point of view. As a result of this, the plane crashed and killed on board all the crew and all the passengers. So computers, they are very poor at communicating. Another aspect of computers that we need to understand is that when we add more functions and more features to an interactive device, we add in more complexity. आमतौर पर प्रोग्रामर्स का ये ख्याल होता है कि अगर वो ज़्यादा फीचर्स प्रोवाइड करेंगे तो ये यूज़र के लिए ज़्यादा बेहतर होगा और वो ज़्यादा खुश होगा. But we have to understand that manual devices are easier to use because of their simplicity and their flexibility. High-tech companies add more features to improve the product. But as a result of this, the product becomes more complicated. There is no denying the fact that today's computer-based products and tools and systems are hard to use. They are not fulfilling the goals of their users. They are not making life any more simpler. So herein lies the paradox of computers. Computers were invented to make life easy, convenient, and efficient. So this is a situation that we need to be concerned about. How can we improve the human condition by using computers? इसके लिए हमें ये देखना होगा कि ये मसाइल क्यों पेश आते हैं. One of the reasons is the process. Computer-based products को बनाते वक्त अगर प्रोसेस सही अडॉप्ट ना किया जाए तो हम वो प्रॉब्लम्स देखेंगे जो हमारे सामने नजर आते हैं. If we want to build better, more usable systems and products, we need to improve the process whereby these things are developed. Secondly, the people who build these products, namely software engineers, developers, and programmers, they also need to change their focus. So what is the focus of software engineers? Software engineers are more focused on the internal workings of software. In human-computer interaction, we are concerned with the external workings of the software. तो engineers और programmers वो सॉफ्टवेयर के इंटरनल फंक्शंस के बारे में ज़्यादा फिक्रमंद होते हैं. They want to ensure that their product works efficiently. लेकिन ये efficiency ये टेक्नोलॉजी के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से होती है. We need to refocus and look at how these products and systems work from the user's point of view. Usable computers और systems का रोल क्या है? इसको हम डिनाई नहीं कर सकते. वक्त के साथ साथ इसकी अहमियत बढ़ती जा रही है. In fact, in today's internet age and in this new economy which is being driven by the internet, then good usable software applications and web applications are the key to success. अगर एक वेब एप्लीकेशन का यूजर एक्सपीरियंस अच्छा नहीं है तो ये एक नेगेटिव इम्पैक्ट डालेगा एक बिजनेस और ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के ऊपर. So in this new economy, success depends upon the ability of a business to effectively and efficiently meet user needs and goals. इसके बेसिस पर हम ये कंक्लूजन निकाल सकते हैं कि if you want business success, then this will be proportional to the user experience. So business success is proportional to the user experience. अब हम briefly एक नजर डालते हैं उन टॉपिक्स के ऊपर जो हमने इस कोर्स में पढ़े हैं. In our beginning lectures, we firstly looked at the human capabilities and characteristics. So human beings interact with computers using their various senses, their eyes, their ears, their hands. तो इस कोर्स के अंदर हमने सबसे पहले ये देखा था कि ह्यूमन विजन क्या होती है. What are the characteristics of the eye? Visual perception कैसे होती है? And how does this impact our ability to read? This was followed by looking at cognition. Cognition can be described in terms of specific processes. These are namely attention, perception, memory, learning, reading, speaking and listening, problem solving, planning, reasoning and decision making. Human beings, they think in certain ways. They use certain cognitive processes. Using these processes, they can then take in information, and based upon this information, they can do certain interpretations and then perform certain actions. The human being can be viewed as an information processor. और इस सिलसिले में हमने एक मॉडल डिस्कस किया था. So the diagram that you are seeing illustrates the information processing model. This is the method by which human beings interact and perceive their external environments. So this diagram illustrates that there is an encoding process, a comparison process, a response selection process, and a response execution process. And during all these phases, the cognitive processes of attention and memory are being utilized. Another important concept that we discussed is that of mental models. What are mental models? Mental models are the way in which human beings perceive and understand a certain situation. They are the way and the technique according to which they can understand the behavior of certain objects. human beings are by nature explanatory creatures. They interact with the world, and based upon their interactions, they tend to form certain explanations. So, a human being's understanding of the way a certain object works, or events take place, or how people behave is known as a mental model. This mental model is formed as a result of the perception of the human being regarding an event or an object. In this diagram, there is also another model which is being highlighted, and this is of the designer. People also design objects, and the designer will have a conceptual model. In many cases, the mental models that are formed by the user is not correct. This can be due to a number of reasons. It could be incomplete information, it could be a poor understanding, and it could be a naive psychology about the causes, mechanisms, and relationships between different objects. If we want to ensure that computer-based products and systems are liked by our users and they are satisfied by using them, we have to make sure that the users do not develop faulty mental models. If the user develops a faulty mental model, they will ultimately become frustrated and they will stop using a particular system. So we need to design an object, design a system in such a way that it does not cause a wrong perception regarding its behavior and function to the user. We also discussed the nature and psychology of human actions. Regarding this, we looked at an interaction framework. This interaction framework consists of 7 stages. Users, human beings, develop goals. According to this, they develop an intention to act. This is followed by a sequence of actions, and then the execution of the action sequence. This execution of actions is being performed on a certain object in the real world. After the performance of the action on the object, the user tries to perceive the state of the object. An interpretation occurs, and then the user evaluates the interpretation with his or her original goals. We can ensure the development of correct mental models on the part of the user by utilizing design principles. We discussed various design principles during this course, but there are some design principles which are very, very critical. Firstly, visibility. Secondly, affordance. Thirdly, constraints. Fourthly, mapping. Fifthly, consistency. And sixth is feedback. So if a computer-based product or system has been designed according to these principles, then this will ensure good usability of such a product's interface. तो अच्छा प्रोडक्ट वो होगा जिसके पास अफोर्डेंस होगी. Users can recognize what to do with various elements of the interface. इसका interface visible होगा और consistent होगा. Various components which perform the same function will be consistent throughout the product or application. A good system will also provide feedback to the user regarding its state and condition. तो ये कुछ डिजाइन प्रिंसिपल्स थे. इनको अडॉप्ट करने से आप एक बेहतर सिस्टम और एप्लीकेशन बना सकते हैं. We also discussed some high-level success factors for technology products. अगर आप चाहते हैं, अगर आपका प्रोडक्ट सक्सेसफुल हो, तो आप कैसे इंश्योर कर सकते हैं? There are 3 factors for ensuring the success of technology products. Technology products must exhibit desirability, capability and viability. तो अच्छे प्रोडक्ट के लिए ज़रूरी है कि वो viable हो. From a business and economic point of view, it should be viable. Secondly, the team which is developing the product should be capable. It should possess the necessary technical skills. Thirdly, the product which is under development should be desirable. प्रोडक्ट जब बनाया जाए तो ये ऐसा हो कि लोग उसको इस्तेमाल करना चाहें और उसको खरीदना चाहें. It should be desirable. How is this desirability created? By ensuring good usability. और उसके लिए आप डिजाइन प्रिंसिपल्स को इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं. Now, when we talk about developing a product, then this is always done by using some kind of process. इस कोर्स में हमने various process models को डिस्कस किया है. We have seen that the traditional software development lifecycle models are insufficient to fulfill the requirements of usability and a good user experience. तो अगर आपका प्रोसेस मॉडल जो आप करंटली इस्तेमाल करते हैं ठीक नहीं है तो फिर क्या करना चाहिए आपको? We'll try to improve your process model. इस सिलसिले में हमने एक प्रोसेस मॉडल को डिस्कस किया था and this is called the goal directed design process model. The development of any software application undergoes various stages. इसके अंदर इनिशिएशन होती है, डिजाइन होता है, कोडिंग होती है और फिर टेस्टिंग होती है and ultimately this product is shipped or released. The goal-directed design process that we discussed in this course is based upon 5 phases: research, modeling, requirements, framework, and refinement. We discussed in this regard that there are various ways of conducting research. पहली बात तो ये है कि जब कंप्यूटर बेस्ड सिस्टम्स और एप्लीकेशंस बनाए जाते हैं तो इस सिलसिले में रिसर्च होती ही नहीं है. और जब हम कहते हैं रिसर्च तो इससे क्या मुराद है? Well, in human computer interaction, we are concerned with researching the needs, behaviors and goals of the user. और इसके लिए सबसे बेहतरीन तरीका क्वालिटेटिव रिसर्च टेक्निक्स हैं. तो इस सिलसिले में हमने कुछ टेक्निक्स भी डिस्कस किए थे. Qualitative research can be carried out by performing the following activities: stakeholder interviews, subject matter expert interviews, user and customer interviews, ethnographic field studies, literature reviews, product and competitive audits. We also saw that requirements play a very crucial role in developing the usability of an application. Requirements का एक cumulative effect होता है. If the research is not done properly, this will lead to incomplete requirements. If you have incomplete requirements, then you will have a flawed design. A flawed design will ultimately lead to an implementation which has a bad user experience. अभी जो आपके सामने डायग्राम दिखाई दे रही है, this illustrates the cumulative effect of requirements. Understanding the user needs and goals are the foundation. इसके बाद आप requirements को develop कर सकते हैं, needs को identify कर सकते हैं. This is then followed by a conceptual design phase. इसके अंदर आप prototyping कर सकते हैं and you can build low fidelity and high fidelity prototypes. इस सिलसिले में अगर आप एक conceptual framework बनाते हैं तो उसमें आप blueprints इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं और अगर आप storyboarding करते हैं तो उसमें आप wireframes का इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं. Also during this course, we discussed software postures. Software also has a posture like human beings. This posture can be sovereign, transient, daemonic, and auxiliary. Sovereign postures are usually exhibited by full-screen programs and applications. Transient postures are exhibited by temporary programs. Daemonic posture programs work in the background and usually are illustrated by taskbar icons. We also discussed the concepts of orchestration and flow, excise and navigation. Ensuring the flow of the user while performing tasks with your application is something desirable. Eliminating excise in an application is also desirable. We have seen that there are various ways that the flow of the user can be interrupted. क्या आप याद कर सकते हैं? We discussed in some of our recent lectures alerts, notifiers and confirmation dialog boxes. तो हमने तफसील के साथ इनके pros और cons डिस्कस किए थे. In this course, we have also looked at the nature of files and its relationship with the saving function. We identified various deficiencies in the current file management system, and we came up with a new system which we call the Unified Document Management System. We have also discussed the importance and the necessity of making software both considerate and also making it smart. How can you make smarter software? By giving it a memory. Good software will remember your likes and your dislikes. It will analyze and look for patterns of the user's behavior. And based upon these patterns, good software, smart software will then provide a certain optimized behavior. We also looked at the role of visual design. इस सिलसिले में हमने visual interface design principles discuss किए और हमने visual information design के principles discuss किए. We also looked at the use of text and color in visual interfaces. Probably the most important concept in human-computer interaction is evaluation. अगर आप एक बेहतर यूजेबल सिस्टम बनाना चाहते हैं तो उसके लिए इवैल्यूएशन टेक्निक्स को अडॉप्ट करना पड़ेगा. In this course we have discussed in detail how you can perform evaluation and why. So there are good reasons for performing evaluation. Firstly, problems are fixed before product is shipped. The team can concentrate on real problems. Engineers code instead of debating. Time to market is sharply reduced. And you have good product design that works for sale pitches. We discussed various techniques for conducting evaluation. There are various paradigms. There is the quick and dirty paradigm, which you can use with very little effort and time to get some feedback about the usability of an application. You can also do usability testing. This is a more formal and structured way of conducting evaluation. You can also perform heuristic evaluations by taking certain design principles and converting them into heuristics. You can use these to critique a software product or application. Based upon your evaluation, you can then feed in the problems and design solutions into the design process. You can then produce more versions of the same design. By evaluation, you can produce better designs. Now it's time to look back at some statistics that we discussed early on in the course. Early on in the course, we looked at some statistics. अब हम एक बार फिर इनको देखेंगे और इनको समझने की कोशिश करेंगे. We looked at one statistic which said 62% of web shoppers give up looking for the item they want to buy online. In another case, users can only find information 42% of the time. क्या आप बता सकते हैं कि इसकी वजह क्या है? We have discussed the answer to this problem. In our recent lectures, we discussed web searching systems. और उसके अंदर हमने एक एग्जाम्पल डिस्कस की थी जिसमें आप कंटेंट को प्रोड्यूस करते हैं लेकिन यूजर्स उसको लोकेट नहीं कर पाते. क्या आप बता सकते हैं उसके लिए आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा? The correct answer is controlled vocabularies and thesauri. By building controlled vocabularies and implementing thesauri in your searching systems, you can ensure that users will find the information. 80% of software lifecycle costs occur after the product is released in the maintenance phase. Of that work, 80% is due to unmet or unforeseen user requirements. Only 20% is due to bugs or reliability problems. अब आप क्या बता सकते हैं कि इसकी क्या वजह है? Well, a typical problem in this regard is that people do not conduct user research. वो अच्छे तरीके से रिसर्च नहीं कर पाते जिसकी वजह से यूजर के गोल्स उनके सामने क्लियर नहीं होते. एंड बेस्ड अपॉन द गोल्स द रिक्वायरमेंट्स आर डेवलप्ड. तो अगर गोल्स ही क्लियर नहीं है तो रिक्वायरमेंट्स कैसे ठीक बन सकती हैं? Only 24% of internet companies conduct usability testing. 90% of websites have poor usability. Poor usability की कई वजूहात हो सकती हैं. रिसर्च फेज में कमी भी हो सकती है. डिजाइन प्रिंसिपल्स अगर आपने अडॉप्ट नहीं किए तो वो भी हो सकते हैं. बट वेरी ऑफन कंपनीज एंड पीपल दे डू नॉट कंडक्ट यूजेबिलिटी टेस्टिंग. In fact, there are very few companies that adopt this evaluation technique. So, by adopting various evaluation techniques, we can ensure that products have better usability. We also saw the case of the Sydney Olympics Games, and in this, one person sued the organizing committee for failing to make accessible to him key parts of his website. This person won the case. क्या आप बता सकते हैं इसकी क्या वजह है? Well, the company or the organization which developed the website did not adhere to web accessibility principles and guidelines. So, by adopting accessibility guidelines, you can very simply, with very little effort, ensure that this situation does not occur. And lastly, we saw the case where people physically attacked their computers. In one case, 1 in every 4 computers have been found to be physically attacked by its owner. 67% experienced frustration, exasperation, and anger, and 70% swore at their machines. तो ये कुछ कॉन्सेप्ट्स, प्रिंसिपल्स और आइडियाज थे जो हमने इस कोर्स में डिस्कस किए हैं. Now looking ahead towards the future, आपको किस किस्म की स्ट्रेटजीज और अप्रोचेस अडॉप्ट करनी चाहिए if you want to ensure that you can satisfy your users? तो इस सिलसिले में कुछ सजेशंस हैं और कुछ गाइडलाइंस हैं आपके लिए. First of all, there needs to be a change in the organizational culture. And this change needs to go towards a user-centered design focus. Technology products are developed by organizations and by companies. Every company has a certain culture. अगर आप ऐसे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में काम कर रहे हैं जो टेक्नोलॉजी प्रोडक्ट्स को डेवलप करते हैं, तो आपको चाहिए कि ऐसा कल्चर इंट्रोड्यूस करें जिसमें यूजर्स के बारे में कंसर्न हो. This organization should have a user-centered design focus. And throughout the whole organization, within all its people and all its departments, everyone should be concerned about the welfare of their users. जब ये सोच, ये philosophy develop होगी, तो इसकी रोशनी में जो actions, activities और plans develop होंगे, they will result in good things for the user. Secondly, the process that you need to adopt to build and develop your systems and applications should be iterative and incremental. A key point in ensuring success by building good quality systems is to have the right process. और process आपको ऐसा adopt करना चाहिए जो कि iterative हो. Iterative process कैसा होता है? जिसमें आप evaluation इस्तेमाल करते हैं और उसके ज़रिए से प्रॉब्लम्स को आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं और बेहतर डिज़ाइंस को प्रोड्यूस करने की कोशिश करते हैं. और डिज़ाइंस आप इस तरीके से प्रोड्यूस करते हैं कि आहिस्ता आहिस्ता विद स्मॉल इंक्रीमेंट्स आप इसमें डिटेल्स ऐड करते हुए चले जाते हैं. सो द प्रोसेस शुड बी इंक्रीमेंटल एंड इटरेटिव. The development of any interactive system is not a linear process. Thirdly, you should build multidisciplinary teams. So by now, you must realize that to build a truly good, usable system and product, you need a variety of skills. आपको मुख्तलिफ skills के लोग चाहिए. आपको programmers भी चाहिए, आपको मैनेजर्स भी चाहिए, लेकिन इसके अलावा कुछ और स्किल्स भी आपको चाहिए. इफ वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट डेवलपिंग अ वेब एप्लीकेशन, तो इस सिलसिले में हमने एक कंसेप्चुअल फ्रेमवर्क डिस्कस किया था जो आपको सामने स्क्रीन पर नजर आ रहा है. इसको देखते हुए आप ये बखूबी अंदाजा लगा सकते हैं कि किन किन स्किल्स की जरूरत है एक अच्छे प्रोडक्ट को डेवलप करने में. तो इसमें आप देख रहे हैं कि आपको यूजर नीड्स को आइडेंटिफाई करना है. सो यू नीड पीपल हु कैन कंडक्ट रिसर्च. यू ऑल्सो नीड पीपल हु कैन डू एनालिसिस एंड बिल्ड स्पेसिफिकेशंस एंड रिक्वायरमेंट्स. इसके अलावा आपको वो लोग भी चाहिए जो इंफॉर्मेशन आर्किटेक्चर के स्किल्स को पोजेस करते हों और मुख्तलिफ इंटरेक्शंस को डिजाइन कर सकते हों. इंटरफेस डिजाइन requires a different set of skills. Information design requires a different set of skills. इसके अलावा navigation design भी होता है. And then you also have visual or graphic design. तो इस framework को देखते हुए आप ये अंदाजा लगा सकते हैं कि अगर आप वाकई सीरियस हैं एक अच्छे प्रोडक्ट को बनाने में, तो कितने सारे स्किल्स की जरूरत है. And that is why I mentioned earlier on in this course that usability also requires commitment. Do you have the commitment to build such a team, to acquire the necessary skills, to develop a good process, to introduce good cultural changes within your organization? Do you have the commitment, the focus? So usability is both tactical and strategic in nature. Talking about the HCI profession, वक्त के साथ साथ अब ये चीज और ये नीड सामने आ रही है कि स्पेशलाइज्ड लोग ऐसे रोल्स में काम करें जिससे एक बेहतर डिजाइन पैदा हो सकता है और इवैल्यूएशन की जा सकती है. So nowadays there are jobs available in the market, and these jobs are advertised for positions like usability engineer, information architect, interaction designer, user interface designer, taxonomist. ये सब नए रोल्स हैं जो कि ACI की नीड्स को फुलफिल करने के लिए सामने आ रही हैं. And as time goes on and on, the need for such people and such skills will continue on increasing. Why? Because computers will become ever more part of our society and our lives. So there is no denying the fact that we need to improve the conditions regarding the development of interactive products. इस सिलसिले में हो सकता है कि जैसे आजकल ह्यूमन राइट्स के चार्टर्स होते हैं, maybe in the future we will have a charter for users' rights to protect them and to ensure that they have a good and enjoyable life. So, right now we should make a pledge. मुझे और आपको एक वादा करना है कि जब हम एक इंटरैक्टिव प्रोडक्ट बनाएंगे और सॉफ्टवेयर बनाएंगे तो उसकी वजह से हम एक बेहतर एक्सपीरियंस क्रिएट करेंगे. We will try to enhance and improve the human condition by adopting the principles that we have learned in this course. Open your eyes. आपको शायद याद होगा कि इस कोर्स के शुरू में मैंने आपसे जिक्र किया था that I have a certain mission, and that is to open your eyes and to change the way that you think. So hopefully, by taking and studying this course, it has changed the way that you think about computers, technology, and how to develop interactive products and systems. उम्मीद है कि ये कोर्स आपने इंटरेस्टिंग पाया and that you have enjoyed taking this course and learning from it. I hope you all the best for your exams and best wishes in your life. So until another time and another place, take care. Allah Hafiz.